Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Channel 4 once again. But this actually stems from one of their new programs on their network, namely the TV edition of everyone's favourite radio quiz, Popmaster. So if you don't know, Popmaster is a radio quiz that is fronted by Ken Bruce. It was on Radio 2 from 1998 all the way up until this year, so 25 years. He's recently made the jump to Greatest Hits Radio and taken the show with him since he owns the trademark and the copyright. And recently, Channel 4 wanted to try it out as a television show, which has recently gone out on More 4. I checked out a bit of this show. I quite enjoy it. It takes a bit of time to get used to. I still think the radio edition is the superior model, but I do like what the TV one's trying to do, introducing like new types of games as well as keeping the originals as well. But I found this article from the iPaper which says, will there be another series of Popmaster TV? Channel 4 dilemma as viewers call for Ken Bruce's show to return. And it mentions, will it return as Andrew Neil's political show becomes the latest victim of Channel 4 cuts? It seems that Channel 4 is having to make some hard decisions, just like every broadcaster, but we'll get more into why as we read this article. So this was written by Adam Sherwin, so let's give it a read. Viewers have called for Ken Bruce's Popmaster TV to return for a second series after the cult music quiz made a successful transition to the screen. The radio quiz will crown its first Popmaster champion on Monday night. That's happened by the time I'm reading this, completing a 6-episode debut run on More 4. However, Channel 4 is yet to confirm if the show will return for another series. The network has been forced to axe or pause several shows due to a slump in advertising. Andrew Neil's Channel 4 political programme will not return this year after becoming the latest victim of cuts at the broadcaster. Now, if you don't know who Andrew Neil is, he is a heavyweight in terms of a British newscaster covering politics. He did it for many years on the BBC. He's done it for many other channels. He's been doing it for a long time. A lot of people respect his approach and his take on politics. Not everyone does. I've been up and down with him myself in the past in regards to like what he stands for and all that sort of stuff. But undoubtedly, he's very popular. So for him to lose his show amidst, as it claims here, a slump in advertising, that's worrying. Carrying on, it says insiders believe Popmaster has made a strong case for an extended second run after proving a hit for More 4. More than 650,000 viewers turned in for Monday night's opening episode, a 500% increase on More 4's previous 8pm audience. For a channel like More 4, considering it's not, the main channel for Channel 4 itself, God, it's going to get confusing, isn't it? But, it's not one of like the main channels. To get an audience of 650,000 at 8pm, it's very good for More 4. As it said, up 500%. That's mad. The show had the second largest non-terrestrial audience of the day and was only behind Love Island, which won more than 1 million viewers on ITV2. As much as I hate it, I can't deny that Love Island is this behemoth that does draw in more and more people. But again, to come second to that on a non-terrestrial platform, it's impressive. Channel 4 bosses will consider Popmaster TV's audience across the week, including catch-up viewing and audience response, in making its decision on whether the show will return. Viewers have embraced the series, with one writing on Twitter, would be good if they bring it on TV as a weekly show rather than all in one week. I don't know, I kind of like the whole, how it was on radio dipping into Popmaster every day, Monday to Friday. I kind of like that format. 12 Yard Productions, the company behind the Popmaster transfer, hopes Bruce's quiz can emulate the success of Eggheads, the long-running quiz it also makes. That quiz, Eggheads, has been going on for such a long time. Not something I've ever tuned into myself. The concept of it never really took my fancy on that, but a music quiz, that sort of trivia, I'm all for that, so Popmaster's right up my alley. Channel 4 declined to comment on a recommission. Sources indicated it was too soon for a decision to be made, which seems fair enough. The network has been forced to rein in its spending as advertising revenues have plummeted. Shows cut include the reboot of the reality series 4 Weddings, and it has paused work on programmes such as a planned daytime series of Kirsty Allsop's one-off festive special, Kirsty's Handmade Christmas. So it seems, they're reining in on spending. Channel 4 is funded by, commercial revenue from advertisements. But if advertising is down, that's bad for Channel 4. But surely if there's a slump in revenue, why is that just hitting Channel 4? And why is this not being reported for all the other commercial channels? ITV, Channel 5. Why are we not hearing that they're having to rein in spending? I mean, most broadcasters are reining in spending at the minute. We've talked about this a bit during this year due to the rising costs of everything. Making television is becoming much more expensive than it ever was. But if advertising's been hit now as well as just the cost of making it, that's a danger zone for Channel 4. Just to touch on Andrew Neil's show again, the political show, it says the Sunday evening show made by ITN on a modest budget was also deemed economically unviable in the current climate. It was launched as a live 10-part series in May of 2022. The show saw the journalist interview decision takers and newsmakers from across the political spectrum and examine the biggest events of the moment. The third series of the half-hour weekly programmes ended in April of this year and will not return this year, while plans for 2024 are still uncertain. Neil confirmed this on his Twitter. The presenter retweeted suggestions that the BBC, which he left in 2020 after it cut back his shows, should remake the Channel 4 format, which featured Ed Balls and George Osborne as regular guest pundits. A Channel 4 spokesperson said the Andrew Neil show delivered matchless insight and analysis during a period of intense political turmoil. It is not true that it has been axed. A decision is yet to be made on a recommission in 2024. So we're hearing different things there. You know, it might return in 2024. Channel 4 isn't publicly making any hard comments like that. However, Andrew Neil is saying plans for 2024 are uncertain. That's what Andrew's saying himself. So who knows? It's a tricky time for a lot of TV at the minute isn't going beyond that first season or, you know, maybe even 2 seasons. Ian Katz, who's the network's content chief, wrote to producers to explain why Channel 4 had embarked on the cuts, saying, regrettably, we've had to rest or not proceed with a small number of shows before they were financially greenlit. More on that in just a second. Ken Bruce said he was able to bring Popmaster to Channel 4 after the BBC declined his offer to trademark the quiz after it became a popular feature on his Radio 2 show 25 years ago. He now presents a daily Popmaster on his Greatest Hits radio show, and if Channel 4 declined to proceed with more episodes, Bruce and 12 Yard could take the TV format to another broadcaster such as Channel 5. So I think Channel 5 would snap it up. I think most broadcasters understand the popularity of both Ken Bruce and the Popmaster show. So if not Channel 4, Channel 5 seems like a likely bet. One factor in Popmaster TV's favour is the audience profile of its viewers. Channel 4 figures show it performed well with the ABC One social class, most sought after by advertisers. Executives at Channel 4 deferred taking bonuses in May, worth hundreds of thousands of pounds, to share the current financial pain. Well, that's good. A lot of businesses wouldn't do that, that's for sure. Insiders deny that Channel 4 is facing a financial crisis. One said, we overcommissioned shows during the pandemic, so this is a short-term course correction. Channel 4 remains in a strong, underlying financial position. That was one thing I guess I'd forgotten about. You know, during the pandemic, a lot since we were all staying at home, a lot more people tuned into TV, probably accessed Channel 4 content. So it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, advertising revenue probably picked up during the lockdowns because more people were exposed to the adverts and probably end up, you know, buying more things because of those adverts. So, you know, maybe Channel 4 had a bit more money to invest, as it says, short term. So maybe they're claiming this financial, it's not a financial slump really, is it? I think the article's hyping that up there. But, you know, this slump in revenue or whatever you want to call it, hopefully it's just a short term thing. It's, as they're saying, Channel 4 remains in a strong financial position, which is very interesting when you consider the final part of this, which mentions a key argument that Channel 4 used to successfully ward off the threat of privatisation was that it had a resilient business model which would allow the network to compete effectively against streaming rivals with much bigger budgets. You may remember that from last year, that when Nadine, our old friend Nadine, was still running things, she wanted to privatized Channel 4, which was universally like panned by everybody, Tories alike as well. Like, that was just seen as a horrific idea to privatize Channel 4. I don't know why you'd want to do that in the first place. It just, for what Channel 4 is, it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't have to compete with Amazon or anything like that. So, you know, if it staved it off by saying we've got a resilient business model, saying, you know, that, oh, we're having a financial slump in revenue isn't a good look. But again, if it is just a short-term thing, it might be okay. So I'm not trying to doom-monger here, saying that, you know, oh, this is the downward spiral of Channel 4. Channel 4 is going to end up in the bin. It's not. The likely thing is they might not have, say, a good quarter or, you know, a good bout of it at the moment, but it is going to bounce back. That's what we can assume. And in regards to Popmaster specifically, as I said, I enjoyed this new format with all the new things as well as keeping the old things as well. I'd personally be up for a second series of the show. I like my music trivia as it is. I like Ken Bruce. I mean, his voice is delicious to listen to, and he's not a bad TV presenter either. So I'd like to think they would. You know, it's performed well considering it's on More 4. It's attracting the key demographic that the advertisers want. I'd argue there's a variety of demographics because all sorts of people listen to Popmaster on the radio. You know, people my age in their 20s, older people middle-aged, lots of people listen to it and enjoy it. So I think out of all the shows they're commissioning, you know, if anything's going to get a second series. I'd like to say I'm fairly confident that Popmaster would, but as to how soon, how regular do they want to make this? Do they want to do like a run of 6 episodes every month, or do they want to make it bi-monthly, or do you want to make it quarterly? It all depends on that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. I just found it interesting how this is being framed, how it might be in jeopardy. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think Popmaster TV should come back for a second series? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it should just stick to the radio? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, remember to leave a like. It always helps us out. And do subscribe to the channel too. We'd love to have you aboard. In the meantime, I've been Adam Martyn here from AMTV. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.
Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Hooks Media, Ben Freeman, Ethan Carberry-Holt, Bruce Danton, Globe of Reviews, Derek Chambers, Sean Knock, Dord Khan, Traffy, Liam Domain, and Keith Myers, our AMTV staff members.